Hello folks, this is Adam
and Kris
from Alaska Cut the Cord, and we are really excited to bring you this video that is, I don't know, pretty good.
Come join us out here.
Recently, about a month ago, the Inquisitive Farmwife up here, reached out to us through email, wondered if we'd want to be a part of a collaboration with 28 or so other YouTubers and introduce harvest-right freeze dryers to the market. And, by the way, before we get too far along, how would you like to win this freeze dryer? Well, not actually this freeze dryer.
No, that's ours.
That's ours. We're not giving it up. However, stay tuned to the very end of this video and we'll show you how you could win a brand new freeze dryer. How awesome is that?
That size even.
That size. It is actually a medium.
Yeah.
So I guess what we're going to talk about, we're not actually going to freeze dry anything today. We do have some pumpkin pie bites in there right now, which are
the best.
They're awesome. Yeah. A couple of tips and a couple of things that we've learned along the way. One of the things I do, I think FreezeDried will say you can do up to like 50 cycles on one oil change. They send you enough oil. When you buy the kit like we did, they send you enough oil and the filter system to have one running and one filtering. So what we do is we change our oil every third batch. The oil is the life of your compressor, and I'd like it to last a long time because it's about $1,500. So we change it every third time. The other thing that actually you wanted because you thought it was awesome, it's right here.
Oh, this for bagging and yeah.
Yeah, and it's simply, it's a McDonald's French fry scoop off Amazon.
Yes.
And it works awesome. The other thing that we found that I thought was really necessary to do this is to have a second set of trays, if not 3 or 4 sets of trays. It enables you to have a batch running and to have a batch pre-freezing in the freezer.
Because that saves you
hours.
A couple hours per cycle.
Yeah. So I guess what we're going to talk about other than this is some reasons why we chose to get a freeze dryer. We are off-grid, and this is not off-grid because it's using a lot of power. We actually take it to a friend's house where we run it. In exchange, they get to use it. So we kind of even trade there. One of the reasons that we like the freeze dryer is long shelf life of the food. If it's done right with the oxygen absorber and the Mylar bag, you're looking at 25 years. That's awesome. Another big reason for us is there's only the 2 of us. So it's hard to buy portions of food in Alaska without driving an hour to just take care of 2 people. So we like to actually make enough for, I don't know, 8, 10, 12 servings. We run the rest through the freeze dryer.
Well, just one batch of chili.
Chili is my favorite.
We have it for supper. Yep. Well, that's a lot left over. So we put the rest in the freeze dryer, and when Mama doesn't feel like cooking,
right.
we get out the chili.
Another reason is we're off-grid, right? We live in a smallish house, which you'll see if you subscribe, and storage becomes an issue. And storage for us, we only have so much room. And I do like to can. I think canning is one of the greatest ways to store food, although this maintains the nutritional values of the food better than canning does. Due to the heating process, you lose a lot of your nutrients. This gives us a way to store it really easily. I like that.
Yeah.
One of the ways that we store our food is it's the food that we're going to use for cooking every day, right? But what we use is just canning jars. And you can put an oxygen absorber in there or not. But when it comes down to lids, not all lids are created equally. If you remember during the thing we called the pandemic and the shutdown and all of that, these were really hard to come by. And the ones that there were out there were outsourced to God knows where. We had a lot of problems trying to actually get them to seal. You'd put them on the jar, you'd vacuum them, and it would take 3 or 4 times, and they didn't work. So we found a company called 4 Jars. 4 Jars actually sent us samples to try out. I'm totally impressed with them. And what we noticed right away is that the rubber portion on the lids is a lot thicker than your cheaper ones that are made wherever. So I'm going to show you how we actually can our stuff or store our stuff that we're going to use on a daily basis. So you put your lid on there, get it centered for the most part. This is what we use. You can also use a food saver or a different vacuum sealer. And then you got this deal, you center it over the top and just pump it and you'll feel it. And there she gets tight. Break the seal, pull the lid off, check it, and it's sealed. What I have noticed since I've been using the 4 Jar lids, every one of them seals and every one of them seals the first time. So we're going to include a link on here, and these guys are awesome. Right away, they gave us a special code. So if you go to their site and you want to buy their lids and you use the promo code CORD10, you'll get an extra % off of these. You can't go wrong. They're available. They're always available, no matter what's going on. And that's what we use. Another reason is the weight. And why? Why does weight matter? Weight matters to me because I like to go hunting, and some of the hunts that I go on are fly-in hunts. Well, I am certainly not going to have 6 jars of canned venison with me on a fly-in hunt because weight matters when you're flying on a small bush plane like we tend to do. That's maybe not a reason why you would want to do it, but it matters to us. And that means that we're not out buying $15, $20 Mountain House meals. We make it ourselves.
And you don't know what's in Mountain House.
Right. And mostly they're good, but
right.
We try to do it a little bit better. If we were to buy, say, just 2 of us, buy a bag of apples, there is 0 chance that we're going to eat that whole bag of apples before they go bad. I think we were wasting probably 30 to 40% of our food that we would buy, and it's really expensive here in Alaska, especially fruits and stuff like that. And I think, I don't know, just my opinion, I don't think that the foods that you buy here, the fresh foods, have the lifespan of what they would in the lower 48. I think it takes longer to get here, and it's an issue. So we freeze dry them. That's been awesome.
Yeah. So one thing that I have seen on some of the social media forums is that people really overthink the process. They did a batch of something a couple weeks ago, and when they did it this time, it took longer, it took less time. Everything is a little bit different. Maybe your batch of chili, you had a little bit more water in it. Don't overthink it. It's really a simple process. You come in, you pre-cool your harvest rate, you put your stuff in, hit start. The machine, I don't know how, it just knows, but it knows what to do. It knows when you have the right moisture
content. Yeah.
And it knows when to go to the next step. Should you check stuff before you take it out and shut the machine down? Yes, because sometimes in the middle of your pineapples or whatever, it is a little bit moist, wet. And so you might want to add a couple hours. That's really the only thinking you really need to do. You don't need to monitor it the whole time.
No. One of the things that I wish that the FreezeDried freeze dryer had is an app that you could put on your phone so I could actually check it when I'm not here, because I work, I have a job, so I can't be there.
And it's not at our house.
Yeah, and it's not at our house. I kind of wish it had that. But for the most part, we've had this freeze dryer since, what, November, October, something like that.
End of October.
Yeah, and it has been trouble-free, it has been awesome, and it's been easy to use.
Yeah. The only issue we've ever had is if the power goes out.
In any case, let's get to the good part here. Now, how do you enter to win a freeze dryer of this size? At the bottom, we'll throw some instructions in there, but there's 28 videos running through the month of February. you go to every one of those videos and comment. One comment. Multiple comments don't get you multiple entries, but one comment is an entry.
Per video.
So if you do, per video, right. So if you comment on every video, you get up to 28 entries. That's awesome. Now, should you say, I'm never gonna win, and you go out and just buy one yourself, and then you win. Ha, that's the cool part. Harvest Right will refund your money, or they'll send you a new one anyway. I don't know about you. I wish I had two.
Well, yeah.
2 would be just fine.
Oh,
they'd be running
goodness,
nonstop.
yes.
So that's awesome. In addition to that, every Friday there's going to be a drawing for other different prizes and stuff that they've got from, what is his name? Brian at Retired at 40, Live Life Simple. And the Inquisitive Farmwife is going to have different items that are going to come up.
Other YouTubers are also donating things.
Yep.
And so, yeah, you have opportunities to win. Make sure to watch all of them.
The grand prize, this right here, is going to be, that drawing is going to be on March 3rd at 4 o'clock Central Time. So make sure you watch the Inquisitive Farmwife. You're going to find out if you are the lucky winner.
And we hope you are.
In any case, we hope you enjoyed this video. And I'm Adam.
And I'm Phyllis.
From Alaska Cut the Cord. Love you, bye.